Good evening, this is Werner Herzog here. I am here to host episode 400 of Respawn and Fire, the kick-ass irreverent gaming podcast from Affable Idiots. I'm your host, Adam Gumbert. Thank you, Werner Herzog. Kick-ass irreverent gaming podcast, I'm Adam. We have with us today, Chad. Tell me what your favorite salt is, Michael Ennis.
I love pink Himalayan salt lamps. Just kidding, I'm not about
salt
that bullshit.
lamps.
Yeah,
No,
you ever seen those fake? Oh, you put this in your house and turn it on, and it's going to heal you, and you won't have cancer anymore because you have a pink Himalayan salt lamp.
I'm pretty
Just
sure
a
that's
giant pink rock
quartz.
that you
Excuse me, Kozi, you don't speak yet. Chad, tell me the joke about the celery salt. That's what I was fishing for.
Is there a joke about celery salt?
I don't know what it is, but I'm half awake.
Celery salt is like a real life.
Who said celery
seasoning.
salt?
Nobody said it yet. Nobody said it yet.
Oh.
It's a type of salt, and you put it on a Chicago-style hot dog, and it's also the code word for the thing that Kozi wants Joel to do in a second.
Oh, okay.
There's
I have
no
no idea what's
joke.
going on. We also have with us...
Did you say
Excuse
Kozi
me.
said celery salt?
No.
Nope, not yet.
Introducing the man who's going to say celery salt at some point, Alexander Kozina.
Man, my brethren, my brothers in arms, it is so just incredibly exciting to be with you here for episode 400 of Respawning Fire. Hard to believe, episode 399 we recorded all the way back on June 18th. We wanted to do episode 400 way sooner, but all sorts of trivial matters and not so trivial matters ended up getting in our way. Life took its toll on us, but we're finally back here, and I'm just so incredibly excited that we're here to celebrate this glorious milestone, and there's absolutely no bad news in the world of the video game industry to talk about. None whatsoever.
Woo!
Very good. We also with us, Joel fought a man who didn't have any pants on, Campos.
All right, so that was years ago when I fought that man with no pants on. This man was burning garbage, all right, burning mail, and I can't wait to talk about it on a Rafter Dark at some point in the future. But I'm back.
Good stuff. Good to have you, Joel. Let's see. Housekeeping real quick. Barf review of Hollow Knight is up now on YouTube podcast services. A backlog accomplishment with Respawn and Friends. We talked for about an hour about Hollow Knight and the future of that particular franchise. It's decided, though, speaking about Barf games, July and August, it's a 2-month, everybody. The Barf game for those 2 months is Clair Obscure Expedition 33.
What?
Ooh.
It won the poll, I believe, with an extra vote at the last minute. And then Rafter Dark Episode 6 is now available if you have early access on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/respawningfire for $1, and you can listen to... God, we recorded last night. I don't remember what happened, to be honest with you.
We talked about IKEA food.
Yes. IKEA food.
Oh, that's
also
right. I turned my
conventions.
camera off
And
near the end of
non-negotiables.
Non-negotiables. Chad has some surprising non-negotiables. Ones that I respect, but not... They definitely came as a surprise, and I'll leave it at that.
Anytime I take a bath, I have to wear one of those cock cages. I'm so scared of my wiener going down the drain.
Oh my God. As Kozi talked about it, we don't, I mean, there is news, but news is like a week old and it's just like layoffs and whatever. So this is the only thing I'm interested about. Pre-main quest with Kozi. What is going on here? I really don't know what's happening today, to be honest.
Here's the thing. I'm going to be making something for you. Something as delicious as a Chicago dog flavored with celery salt.
He said it, Joel. He said celery salt.
Definitely incredibly seamless. Everyone definitely didn't realize I just told Joel a code word to switch to a main on camera view of yours truly. So, ever since I first brought a popper malt beverage onto this podcast, the fans have been clamoring for more and more popper content. And because it's episode 400, I figured I'd do something a little bit special. I have created a custom cocktail called the VCR cleaner that features a popper as one of its main ingredients. Now, thing about the VCR cleaner is, of course, it being called the VCR cleaner is a reference to the fact that the same substance in the other kind of popper is also the same kind of substance that you can use to clean your VCR if you have one of those old-ass machines lying around. It's also, however, a reference to the 3 main alcohols that are in this particular cocktail that we are going to be making today. number 1 for the V, we got a little old vodka. This is specifically
That says
iceberg
iceberg.
vodka. Yes, but it's in very small letters. It's hard to see, but you can see vodka right underneath the iceberg. This is
I'll trust
Canadian
you.
iceberg vodka. This was in the early onset of Trump putting the super heavy tariffs on Canada. There was a surge in Canadian nationalism and us wanting to buy Canadian products. And I purchased this around this time. I was like, oh, if I'm going to buy some vodka, I might as well buy some Canadian branded vodka. So that's the V. Now for the C.
If
Give me
he puts
just
9
a
alcohols in his cocktail, that's gonna be fucking insane.
He's gonna spell out
We
VCR
have-
and popper. We're gonna be here all night.
Coconut lemonade
Gross.
popper. C coming from the coconut in this particular instance.
Your second
And
thing is
finally-
already disgusting. I'll be honest
Yep.
with you.
For the R, we have he was a man who was lost long at sea. We got some Captain Morgan white rum. I mean, the rum in this particular instance, the R word is obviously the only one that we need to worry about right here. Talking about rum, no other word, none whatsoever. Anyways,
White
Talking
rum.
about bug snacks.
Why not spiced rum?
because this is basically what worked out best after I tried all manner of permutations of this particular recipe. I also
Cozy's
don't
been
have a
on
lot of money to go
bender
around.
for the last week.
Cozy's
Like,
been drunk
Cozy's
for a month.
hammered right now. Just been trying this
But-
Raptor Dark 400 drink.
I mean, I might have gotten a little bit hammered when I was experimenting with this recipe. I haven't had a single drink up until this point tonight, however. In addition to that, we also give me just a moment. I have all of this in a little
We can't
cooler
really hear you,
pack
so-
over here.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. It's a little bit tough. We are also, hold on, I put tape on these bottles because I didn't want anyone else to start drinking from them in the fridge and ruin this segment. We're going to have a little bit of ruby red grapefruit juice in the cocktail as well.
Grapefruit and coconut, my favorite mix.
And,
Okay, what is that tape about?
So no one
Again-
would drink it in the fridge.
Exactly. I wanted to make sure, because I didn't want someone to be like, oh, look, grapefruit juice, my favorite, and just drink away this segment. We also have...
I love the idea that you just put like
Some
tape
pineapple
right
juice.
over the G and it's like, oh no, this is grapefruit juice. You don't want to drink grapefruit.
and we also got some grenadine syrup as well.
Okay. yeah.
So, and finally, the secret ingredient.
the popper's drug.
No, I have a little bit of spiced simple syrup that I homemade myself. So if anyone's curious, if anyone wanted to make this at home, you could probably just suffice with some cinnamon flavored simple syrup that you can get from your local store of wherever it is that they sell that kind of stuff. I made it myself by combining together half a cup of water and sugar in a small saucepan over medium heat, brought it to a simmer, took it off heat, and added in 2 cinnamon sticks, 5 cloves, and 1 star anise, and left it there for about 15 minutes and then strained out the spices. And then I put it in the fridge to keep it cold and, make sure that it doesn't go bad. You get the idea.
Star
So-
anise looks like enemies you'd find in an underwater level in like a Mario game.
All right, let me just set this up here. That's
I like how
good.
it's not like a cooking show where he has one already pre-made to the side. He's like, I'm actually going to make
Yeah,
this right
that
now.
would be really smart, but unfortunately, I don't have that.
I want to see you get drunk, baby. Make a tall one. Don't skimp on it.
Normally,
Use
if I
the
was
bottle
a
of Captain Morgan's as the
As your
glass,
mixing bottle.
yeah.
if I was a professional, I would have a professional mixing thing. But instead, we're going to use this TwitchCon
Shaker
G Fuel
cup. Hell
shaker
yeah.
that I got from a little whiles back. So real simple. We are going to start off with 3/4 of an ounce of vodka. 3/4 of an ounce of vodka. Need to make sure I say it into the mic because I know that.
You can just eye it. You don't have to measure it out. Just like guess,
I want you to take an eyedropper
I know you're correct, but
and milliliter by milliliter, count it out. What I actually want you to do is I want you to pick up the bottle and I want you to start pouring
There
it, and I
we
want you
go.
to
That's
count
good
the
enough.
liquid as it comes out of the bottle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Joel, what is
19
that?
What do you got, Joel? 1984?
This is what I'm drinking. It's a local beer
Sledgehammer
collaboration
beer?
between Funky Town Brewing and Samuel Adams. It's a pale lager.
next up we're going to do a full ounce of white rum.
Just pour it in until I say when.
No, I need to be precise as I can be.
I'm drinking
Give me a
water
moment.
with mango peach Mio in it. 0 calories. Feels
it's
good on the
about
whole.
good. Sorry, let me just move some things around because I don't want to accidentally spill it all everywhere. That
If
would be
Kozi's computer
very
crashed
bad.
because he spilled a mixed drink on it, I would fucking die.
Because
That'd be
he
great.
spilled a mixed drink called
My-
VCR cleaner.
My PC tower is right off to the side. It will be just fine. Here we go. We got to get our
He's got
popper in
tape
here.
all over the PC to keep it from.
We're gonna add 2 ounces of the stuff.
I will say, I do like every ingredient you have. I'm not exaggerating. I don't know what it tastes like, but coconut lemonade sounds pretty gross.
Anything with coconut in it sounds
I like
I
coconut,
hate it.
But
No.
I don't know. I've never had coconut in lemonade, is my only thing.
But it's
All
coconut
right.
lemonade poppers.
That's true. Might be a little
I was going
different.
to say, actually, if you don't have coconut lemonade poppers at home, what you could probably do is substitute it with like a Mike's Hard Lemonade and then use like a coconut flavored white rum if you really want to be a freak. It's up to you though.
Adam, have you ever accidentally somehow tasted Pine Sol? Because I
No.
imagine
You know, like when it's in the air?
coconut already tastes like soap, and then
Yeah.
like Pine Sol is lemon, which is
Oh,
also
I'm
It's
not one of
because
those
so
people.
much soap uses coconut inside
Yeah,
it. By the
that's
way, I
why,
just
yeah.
added a ounce of grapefruit juice.
That's what it is. No, Chad, I'm actually not one of those people who where cilantro tastes like soap or anything. I can eat cilantro by the handful.
Oh, dude, I love cilantro. I don't like coconut. It
but it's
tastes like soap.
coconuts. And coconut's fine to me. It doesn't
Yeah.
taste like soap.
Or here's another one. Have you ever licked a woman sunbathing wearing a yellow bikini?
Black people don't
Because
use
the
sunbathing
sunscreen. Well, okay.
or
okay.
sunscreen. And
Okay.
I'm only going to lick a black woman, so I would never have tasted sunscreen before.
Okay. You could have just said no.
That was 2 ounces
I gotta be explicit.
of pineapple juice. And finally, we're going to add a half an ounce of our spice simple syrup. Let me grab.
Had this
Real
man made
quick.
spice simple syrup. Like, get this man behind the bar of an Applebee's. Like, let's go. What are we doing
I
here?
like how Adam's
Hell
like,
yeah.
I have a hard out at 9 o'clock, and Kozi's like, say no more. I'm going to spend 20 minutes making a VCR
I think
cleaner
I'm
drink.
good. I haven't gotten a message back.
Here's the
about that.
thing. If we have to out, we can just punt my segment later
Oh,
on to
we're
next
good.
week's episode.
We're good.
It doesn't
You're
have to
good.
be.
Keep on
Yeah.
going.
I haven't
loving
gotten a
it.
reply from my heart out. We're fine.
I'm loving it.
All right. And yeah, it's fine. All right. We're going to add half an ounce of our spice simple syrup.
What if he
So-
takes the first sip and he literally just collapses? Passes out.
No, I assure you that won't happen. So we got in here 3/4 of an ounce of vodka, 2 ounces of coconut lemonade popper, 1 ounce of white rum, 1 ounce of grapefruit juice, 2 ounces of pineapple juice, and 1/2 an ounce of spice simple syrup. We're going to add a couple of ice cubes to our
Oh,
shaker.
he didn't mention the ice cubes earlier.
I really hope that Kozi is just going to keep adding stuff to this, but he's actually not doing anything. He's just grabbing stuff and not actually putting it in the cup. It's like, there's no way this is all fitting in there. Up next, we will need 3 golf balls.
One rubber duck.
All right. And now to bring the flavor out.
Watching this man shake is unsettling.
What makes it unsettling to you?
Come on, ladies. You
I
want to
think
take
it's
that
the
to
mouth.
IKEA for a date?
If you're a video watcher, I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, the shaking probably doesn't really catch on camera. All right. I think that's good enough. We're going to go ahead real quick.
You're going to shotgun it, right?
We got a little lemon here that we're going to cut
Joel,
up
you're
to
right. He keeps adding stuff.
garnish
Where's your
our
lime
drink.
and where's your salt?
You need 3 LED strips.
Don't have any salt. That was part of the code word, but it's
One
not part
sprinkle
of the
of crack cocaine.
All right. That's a very good. I got a good lemon wedge. Hold on. Got our drink all set up.
He's got a little glass. Guys, he's got a little martini glass.
And let's go ahead and let's pour this thing in.
This is the patented Respawn Aim Fire VCR cleaner. I'm very excited for this. It actually does look like a real cocktail. I'll give it to
does,
him.
it
Like the
does.
coloring looks like a real
next
thing.
time we're all at some convention, we have to have the VCR cleaner. Like Cozy has to
And
make
Yeah.
finally,
everyone a VCR cleaner.
finally, as the final ingredient, because I know we all love ingredients on this segment, I'm going to add just a tiny little drop of
Blood.
grenadine syrup. There we go. And hold on. Let me just push that over to the side real quick. And there we go. The VCR cleaner.
That's
That
your
looks
screen
legit.
cap for the episode.
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
dripping.
Cozy,
Yeah, it is. I
that
gotta
looks
drink it.
amazing. Cozy, you got to pose with that for the thumbnail. I don't know. There you go.
I'll make another one later. I'll send you some photos.
So how does it taste, bro? Because that face was interesting.
It is. Let me do another one.
Oh my god, you just downed the whole thing.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, honestly, you're not wrong about how this would probably be better if the coconut wasn't a factor in it, but I can live with that.
It looks like you just drank like lemon juice. Is what your face
here's
was
the thing.
doing.
Here's the thing. You have to understand that I reverse engineered this, where I came up with the name VCR cleaner first, and then I tried to figure out how can I make a drink that corresponds to that. I'm like, okay, well, we got vodka, we got rum, but what am I going to do about the C? And I'm like, oh, there's a coconut. There we go. We're going to use that.
Look,
So-
you did amazing work. It's just your face was very funny, but that's very impressive. It looked like a real drink.
I love it.
Thank
I love
you.
it.
Everyone make that at home.
Yeah, we'll clip this out. We'll get the ingredients for the masses to enjoy.
Thank you very much, Kozi. Yeah, we're not going to do main quest because I have a hard out that maybe I don't actually have. So we're going to move on to playtime. Guys, it's been a couple weeks. It's episode 400, and this is a video game podcast. So what video games have we been doing? Joel, I want to hear from you first because your green is reflecting off of my face in my
All right.
camera. So that's very
So
interesting.
I've been playing a lot of house flipping simulator in real life. With the move, I had a lot of challenges, which I've already kind of told you guys about. But yeah, a lot of electrical stuff, a lot of painting, kind of that stuff. I'm not fully set up at the new place yet, but getting there. But
Also,
few
we've gotten
things.
0 pictures, by the way.
few things. I could text you guys pictures. You want me in the pictures? You want me clothed in the pictures? Unclothed? You say the word.
Your choice.
I won't say no to any of those.
But yeah, so set up my whole entertainment center over the weekend. It looks amazing. Down to I bought new can lights, so I have smart can lights in the living room. It's fucking amazing. That sync with my TV and my light. It's awesome. It's so cool. But anyway, set up an entertainment center. First thing I hooked up was the PS5 because I was like, oh, I've been wanting to play Death Stranding. Right? I played through most of that game. I want to finish it and then maybe play the sequel at some point in the near future. Turns out I played Death Stranding when I paid for a year of like PS Plus Extra or Premium, one of those subscriptions. And now
yeah.
I no longer have it. And so I don't have access to Death Stranding anymore. And it's still $60 on the PlayStation Store, which is really lame.
Damn.
And I could buy it physically, but I mean, do I really want to buy it physically for like $40? I'd rather just own it digitally. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I got to get back to that. So I haven't played PlayStation yet, but what I did play, so I had a day on the 4th of July, who wants to celebrate America in times like these? So we kind of just had a chill day where Elise's back was hurting from the move, so we didn't do anything. So that was my day. I was like, all right, I'm not going to...
Sorry.
He's still trying to get this clip, this thumbnail. But anyway.
I'm screenshotting it on my end, so you don't need to worry about it. I'll have this ready to go for the thumbnail.
So on the 4th of July, we head off. I said, all right, I'm not going to really unpack anything today. I need a break just from all the craziness that's been going on the past few weeks. So I was like, all right, I'm going to play some games. I set up my computer, my monitor, and there was a few games I wanted to play. First and foremost, I wanted to play Forza Motorsport because the day before that or 2 days before that is when they announced, all the layoffs at Microsoft and Xbox and Turn 10 being kind of dwindled down to just a support studio, more or less, for Forza at this point. We don't know how true those rumors are about them being a support studio or what their situation is. We just know that like half of their staff got laid off for the most part. But yeah, so I was like, I want to play Forza Motorsport. I love that game. I've wanted to play F1. I wanted to pick up F1 25, but I was like, I'll just play Forza. So I've been playing a shit ton of Forza Motorsport when I've had free time. And I'm loving it. I'm playing online. I'm trying to get the achievements. And some of the achievements are tied to having an S-rated safety class, which is like just not being an asshole online, pretty much. Racing clean and not bumping into people, not driving off the course, stuff like that. and I was down to a B rating because I got to a point when the game came out where everybody was just assholes, and they were just crashing into me, and it would just like ruined my whole thing. But now I'm back up to an A, getting up to an S. So I'm trying to get that. So that game's fun. I love it. I'm excited to set up my race wheel with it once I'm fully unpacked and stuff. Play that. Another game I downloaded because I wanted to play was Rematch, and I played some of that with John Hansen. It's on Game Pass, which is awesome because I was fully expected to pay like $40 for it before I realized that. So yeah, I downloaded that. That game is interesting, right? So I think it's fully out. I don't think it's early access or anything, but to me, it feels like an early access game. Like the gameplay and stuff is a ton of fun. It's weird to describe it as like a Rocket League, but soccer when when Rocket League is just soccer, but with cars. It's weird. But yeah, it's a ton of fun to play, but they're still like, you could tell that they're not known for being like a studio that makes online multiplayer games, because like there's like some jankiness where like it looks like the ball went in the goal on my screen, but then like the goalie just glitched over and caught it. So it's just like some networking issues where like technically they probably blocked it, but on my screen it looked like it went in, kind of thing. So yeah, there's a lot of that. When you're playing the game, the audio is just boring. Like you hear the audio of the kicks and stuff. I don't know, maybe your guy grunts and everything, but there's no commentator. Like I think there should be a commentator that's just like, what a save, just like something going on in the background. It's just like some subtle like lo-fi music playing in the background. So yeah, I just think that it needs some work for sure, but the gameplay itself is a ton of fun. A lot of idiots online, I'll tell you that. A lot of idiots playing that game online. But yeah, that's
at least a friend.
Yeah,
to go with you. I will say it is. The fun part about it is because it's like Rocket League where it's physics based. Yeah. So it's not just like press a button to pass. Like you physically have to put the ball where it's going, which makes it a high skill. Like if you need skill to like be good at the game. Like you need to like be good. But it's fun. I like it a lot too.
Yeah, I'll definitely be playing more of that. But yeah, that's essentially what I've been playing. Oh, I do want to share some stuff I got. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Joel's got goodies. If it's a VCR cleaner cocktail, I'll be very impressed if he whipped one out that quickly.
Chad, what do you know? I'm back.
There he is.
So Chad went to the Nintendo store and got some stuff for me. One of them being a T-shirt, which apparently a Japanese size T-shirt is not the same as in the U.S. because it is very small.
Oh, no. Damn.
But it's a gold shirt. It's a gold shirt because I love it a lot. But Chad picked me up this Cloud Amiibo, which I love and adore.
I'm really feeling it.
He also picked me up this Diddy Kong Amiibo.
Hey!
Which
it's free, huh?
Which I love. And then I can't find it at this moment, but he also got me Pokemon Gold. Not from the Nintendo store, just from a store.
That's right. Can you imagine if they were selling?
Like, hey, you guys want these cartridges of gold and silver we got sitting in the back?
Yeah. I'm curious. Sorry, quick timeout. How far are you from the new Nintendo store, Chad? Like if you by car?
It's in San Francisco, so 45-minute drive.
No, it's not bad.
We go up there every couple of weeks to go see something in IMAX, and it's,
that's really nifty.
A 5-minute walk from the IMAX theater, so.
And then one other thing I asked Chad to get me was the Sephiroth amiibo, but they did not have it at the store.
Sephiroth!
But they had a sale when I was literally at the table closing on my condo. Like we had downtime, so I was just sitting there on my phone. And this Nintendo, it's not coming in, World Championship NES edition for the Switch went on sale for $21. And I was like, well, they also have the Sephiroth amiibo I wanted, so I just bought them both. And yeah. So that's those are my new collectibles, and that's what I'm going to be doing.
That gold NES cartridge in that thing looks so sexy.
Yeah, and I haven't even opened this yet.
Was that the Best Buy one? Am I crazy? Was it only at Best Buy, or was it just the physical editions of it in general?
It was everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought that from the Nintendo store.
You bought it from the Nintendo website, right?
Yeah, the Nintendo website.
It was on sale on the Nintendo website.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing, and my new collectibles I've gotten.
Very nice. Good to see it.
Cool.
Chad, what have you been up to, you little munchkin?
Little munchkin.
I have a question. We have another game of Kozi. What do you think this is?
You know what that reminds me of? I remember years ago got Instagram algorithm that I got shown this, like, it was like a combination of like potato and like some other gelatin like ingredient that basically the person shaped potato flesh to look like mushrooms. And I remember I made that myself. And it wasn't very good because, like, an expert tip that any chef can tell you is that never experiment when you're having guests over for the first time. And I did that with some guests that I didn't know especially well, so it wasn't that big a deal in the long run. But yeah, wasn't very good. So yeah, long story short, I think that is an Instagram algorithmed, reshaped potato and starch fleshy thing that may or may not be painted green.
That's false. It is the button on a 300% size Pokeball of Charizard.
Whoa!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I printed a giant Charizard just because why the fuck not? Gotta have some fine decor for my new home at the end of the month. And this is in particular the button for what will eventually be a Blastoise with his little cannons and shit. So he's coming soon in the printer. Let me go talk about all my P games. All my games, I had P, PE, PG, and PL. PL, let's start there. P, comma L, Lies of P. I beat this game. I talked about it, and Kozi and I kind of geeked out about the DLC and how far we were in it at the time. Since I have beat the DLC, I have platinumed Lies of P, and I think we should retroactively give it double Game of the Year for 2 years ago. Like, we should go back and we should erase Baldur's Gate 3 from the conversation and just have the bracket end with Lies of P on one side and Lies of P on the other, and then they'd both kiss. Because that game fucking slaps. And the DLC, I think, is one of my favorite DLCs. It expands on the story in such a cool way. You can also tell during the... Well, I'll be honest, I played most of the main game after the DLC existed, so I don't know whether they retroactively patched this stuff in, but there were things in the main game that were setups for the DLC that would come a year later that I thought was really cool and interesting, depending on what choices you made. And I think the DLC also, in addition to like fleshing out a particular character that was like fascinating in the main game, it also provided you with just so many fun fucking weapons. I think this game has some really cool weapons already, and the Legion arms, which are like your left hand, it can become a flamethrower, it can become a grappling thing, it can become a static electricity charged blast, all that kind of thing. But to take this, and you can now have a fucking gunblade, a Final Fantasy VIII gunblade, where you can do a heavy attack and shoot someone at the end, and it blasts you backwards to quickly get out of range of their melee attacks, and fucking the bow and arrow, I think I talked about last time. There are so many really cool creative weapons in this DLC that then, of course, you can take back to the main game and continue to play there. And I just had a blast with it. Lies of P, 10 and 10.
It's fantastic. You know what we should do? Not only should we crown it Game of the Year 2 years in a row, we should also ask both From Software and Larian to both re-release both Elden Ring and Baldur's Gate 3, just so that we can crown it ahead of both of those games in 2025.
100%. So it's one P game. The other P game I played, just P, no extra letters. Peak. Played the game Peak, Peak, which is a new indie game. Played this with Jerica and Matt and Audrey the other night, and it's a real fun time. It's a little survival simulator type game.
I also played Peak. I also played Peak over the weekend on my day that I had to game. Ton of fun. I loved it.
Yeah. Well, I know what it's like to be Adam. Thanks for the invite. Yeah, so I played Peak. We had a great time. It's a little survival game. You are a bunch of Boy Scouts that like crash on an island, and then you have to survive as long as you can and try to make your way towards something that we never got to. But we made our like you have to eat over time as you're climbing these mountains. It's basically a climbing simulator, and you have to avoid like poisonous plants. You can't fall or else you like break your leg, and then over time your stamina is gradually decreasing as well. But then there are all sorts of cool power-ups and things you can find. Like Matt found some gun, some laser gun that shoots rainbows that gives you infinite stamina as long as he's shooting at you. There's like cool chain guns that like create zip lines from one spot to another. Yeah, it was a fun time. We made it all the way to the third area, which I don't know if it's like randomly generated every time, but the third area for us was like this blizzardy iceberg mountain that we all just eventually ate it on. So it's a fun game. Peak. I think it's like $8 on Steam or something like that. So recommend it for a good time. PE. These last two are Pokemon Emerald.
Oh, there it is.
Continuing my little playthrough of that. I just got surf going on these little islands.
Nice.
Just kicked my dad's ass.
Is
my
this
dad's
the,
like, "What's up, son?" I said, "What's up, Dad? You're about to die." And he said, "Dude, I raised you well."
I was going to say, it's been quite a few weeks since the last episode. You've not talked about Emerald at all. How have you been enjoying it?
I like it generally.
Mm-hmm.
I am annoyed at how frequently people call you in this game. I don't know if it's new. I think it's new for the series. That
was something, right? For Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. That was like something that was exclusive to those 3 games. Yeah.
Yeah, they give you this little communicator, and you can like register people in the communicator. And not like you can, but like every trainer you fight almost says, "I'd like to be friends. I want to talk to you later. I'm going to put my name in your phone." And then while you're just walking around the world, you'll have to stop for some reason, for no reason whatsoever. And someone will be like, "Ring, ring. Oh, hey, I was just over on a mountain and I stubbed my toe and I said, ouch. Well, talk to you later. Bye." And it's just like, I don't give a fuck. Why are you calling me? And why are you interrupting my gameplay? And just like totally just making me lose my boner while I'm over here just trying to jizz. And all these little kids just keep calling me while I'm trying to jizz. But aside from that, it's fun. It's a good time.
I will say it is funny how in real time the Pokemon games like paralleled the excitement and subsequently how turned off we were from getting texted and but just called from people on our cell phones in real time. Like nowadays, nobody wants to get called on their cell phone, and the Pokemon games chronicled the rise and fall of that in the Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald games.
Yeah. 2 other things to mention about it. One is it's definitely a shock going back to, modern Pokemon games have allowed you to not have to worry about HM moves like cut and fly and surf.
Right.
Like it got to the point now where you can like literally, all right, you want to fly somewhere? Some Pidgey is going to come and fly you. You don't even have to worry about teaching that to a Pokemon that you have. And in this game, going back to it, it's like, oh no, not only do you have to teach this to a Pokemon, but that Pokemon can't learn anything else aside from that move for the rest of the time unless you find the move guy. And so I'm going around with a party of 5 people and then a level 6 Nincada, little bug that knows cut and rock smash and fucking 3 other HMs or whatever it is, just so that I don't have to waste a spot on my good Pokemon.
That is one of those things where, like, I didn't think to do so at the time, but in retrospect, the modding community for the Pokemon games have created mods that, like, literally take the game as is, don't change anything about it, but they introduce these quality of life features to just make it a little bit more accessible. Do things like make it so that you don't have to have a Pokemon in your party that knows an HM move. You just have to have a Pokemon that could learn an HM move. So, that's nice. If you don't want to teach a Pokemon surf, but you have a Pokemon in your party that can use surf, if it wanted to, you can still surf around. That might be, if ever you want to replay Emerald, I can definitely recommend you some mods, allegedly, that can make that stuff easier.
Cool. And then, I think the last thing to point out is I'm doing the thing that I did with the last Pokemon game that I played, and I'm forcing myself to not use the Pokemon that I would do. Like, I'm not using the Gyarados. I'm not using the ones that I know are going to be the powerful ones. I'm trying to use, like, other pieces of shit that I normally wouldn't ever give the time of day. And I have learned, right now I've got a Breloom in my party that evolves from that little shitty Shroomish.
Yeah.
That thing fucks. Like, Breloom
he does.
is a grass fighting type, and it has that thing, like, if somebody attacks it, then they're immediately poisoned, or maybe they're stunned, I can't remember. And it packs up, like, it is strong as shit. And I'm like, oh, damn, I have not been given Breloom the time of day because it looks like a stupid little mushroom dragon. And now I'm learning you're actually pretty dope. I've got a Ralts Well, I guess it evolved. It's a Curlia now, where I'm
Yeah.
normally like, I don't give a fuck about Ralts. Give me an Alakazam. But now I'm like, oh, you know what? That Abra is going to sit in my PC while I level up Ralts, and it's doing pretty good.
Yeah, very
So, yeah.
cool stuff.
I'm enjoying that. I just got to the abandoned ship is where I'm at right now. Who knows what happens at the end of that? Ooh.
Spooky.
I also love that it's called an abandoned ship, but it's just like filled with people running around trying to find treasure on it. It's not very abandoned. And what's the last one? Oh, PG, Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go Fest happened a couple weekends
That's
ago. Right. Caught myself a bajillion. I don't know how to say this. Zacian?
Zacian and Zamazenta.
Zamazenta? Yeah. Caught a bunch of those. Got their crowned forms. And not only do I have a shiny Zacian, which is like basically the new meta now, even though I fucking hate battling in that game, but I keep it around anyway. And I powered that thing all the way up. And they have this new item, the bottle cap. You got a gold bottle cap if you paid the extra money during Pokemon Go Fest to get the deluxe battle pass, basically. And so now I've put my bottle cap on that shiny Zacian, and can't wait for that thing to now be 100 CVs. Or, no, what do they call it? EVs. No, whatever.
In Pokemon, it's IVs because it stands for individual values. I don't know if that's actually the term they use in Pokemon Go, but you get the idea. It's incredibly, it's appropriate that you have a shiny Zacian because I have a shiny Zamazenta with his big old shield.
I got that boy too, but he's not as strong as Zacian, so I didn't give a shit about him.
Well.
And that's it. That's all my P's.
Nice. A lot of P's this week. Everyone loves a good P. Kozi, tell us about what you've been doing the last couple of weeks.
In addition to Pokemon Go, which I played as part of Go Fest, like Chad, I have also been playing 2 other games. First big game I've been playing is Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I purchased this a couple of days after it came out. And the way that I've been playing this game is a little bit different from the way that I play most games. I have a certain friend who, way back in the day, experienced Death Stranding 1, not by themselves, but by watching it over the shoulder of another person that played it for them, because this person has like a little bit of tunnel sickness, isn't necessarily super good at the thumbsticks and the buttons on ye old video game controller when it comes to a game like this. And they're like, yo, would you be down to stream the game for me? And we can both play this game together and commentate on it as we play it live. And I said, yeah, sure. And so I have been playing Death Stranding 2 on the beach for about 6 hours now in this fashion. We're still relatively early on in exploring the continent of Australia. I don't think that's that big of a spoiler because that's something that was talked about a lot in the preview cycle for this game. Initial thoughts so far, I don't want to comment too much on this game considering how early I am into it. It is shocking how much this game so far feels like Hideo Kojima reined in, because obviously the world of Death Stranding is complete bonkers lunacy compared to anything else in the AAA space. But so far, Death Stranding 2 really feels like it has taken the insane lunacy of Death Stranding 1 and has tried to temper it and make it significantly kind of more approachable and kind of normal feeling. It doesn't hurt that, within the narrative of the series at this point in time, humanity has definitely gained a bit of a leg up over the Death Stranding, over the ghosts that wander the wastes, and you now have access to a lot more tech and equipment than you did at the very itty-bitty beginning of Death Stranding 1. And so you definitely have a little bit more of a leg up on the environment around you than you did at the beginning of that game. What I've heard online is that the game will inevitably take a turn where it does get ratcheted up to the insanity meter's topmost rung. And I'm very excited for that because I think Kojima is at his best when he's at his most insane. But obviously I need to keep playing before I can really comment on that. Other game I've been playing is what is certain to be 2025's Game of the Year. Game of the Year, second to Lies of P Overture, of course. We can agree on that.
Of course.
I'm, of course, talking about the PlayStation 4 port of Cookie Clicker. Cookie Clicker, of course,
Shut up.
an acclaimed, beloved around the world PC game, an idle game in which you just click on a single cookie infinitely and you gain all sorts of houses and manufacturing complexes. You can travel through time and bring cookies back from the past before they were even eaten. You can use antimatter condensers and prisms of light to convert cookies from other objects, all in the goal of just making more and more cookies in an infinite loop. It was fantastic on PC, and I'm here to report that the PlayStation 4 version is equally fantastic. My only gripe with the PlayStation 4 version, I'm sure we'll probably show footage of this on a future episode of the show, is that the text in the PlayStation 4/console version in general of this game, very super duper itty bitty small. Like, the developer of this game, Ortale, didn't make any effort to try to make it like scaled a little bit better to your TV screen. If you're sitting close to your TV screen, obviously that's not an issue. But if you're like me and sitting a few feet apart from it, you definitely got to squint a lot to see those super duper tiny numbers indicating how much cookies you got to spend to build new buildings, how much cookies you got to sell to get this and that. It's a little inconvenient in that regard, but the fantastic gameplay is still there. And so I'm looking forward to, at the end of this year, crowning Cookie Clicker and Lies of P Overture the king and queen of 2025. And that's
Speaking of tiny text,
yes.
I also was in Best Buy recently, and they had the ROG Ally X, not the Xbox one, but the ROG Ally X on like display that you could pick up and play. And I picked it up for the first time. Actually, that's a lie. Jerica might have let me borrow hers for a second at PAX. Anyway, I picked one up for what I feel like is the first time, and it immediately loaded up to like full ass desktop start menu windows with the smallest text on planet Earth. And I was like, I'm a 35-year-old man with pretty good vision, and I wear my contacts, but I was just like, oh my God. And I literally had to get my face super, like I had to bend down because the unit couldn't come up to my face far enough because it was chained to the display. And I just like, who the fuck is this for? Optimize this shit. Make that text bigger so that I can click anything that's not on the Windows desktop and go to a game-related thing, please. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? You saying that just reminded me. Again, Cookie Clicker, one of 2025's best games, absolutely flawless experience. But if I were to pinpoint another flaw in it, it's that this is a game initially built for PCs. You use your mouse to move around its interface, click on your cookie, click on buildings you want to purchase. And this game didn't really do a very good job of adapting it for consoles. Basically, if you want to move your cursor around, you have to click the triangle button to go into mouse mode, which means that you can move your cursor around like that. And then you have to click the triangle button again to exit mouse mode. It's not very ideal, but again, the thing about this game is it is a passive enough game. 90% of what you do in this game is you don't do anything, you just leave it be. And so I forgive its control scheme being as wonky as it is on the basis that I'm not even using its control scheme 95% of the time. But it would be great if we got an update to that at some point in the future. Just saying.
Adam, what'd you play?
I played Joel. Joel disappeared on us. But Joel, it's back. EA Sports College Football 26, baby. Not here to fuck around. Let me tell you what, I'm about to spend another 500 hours in this year. Now, just the day we're recording it, the early access came out yesterday. And last year I paid for the deluxe edition to get early access. This year I said, no, I'm going to buy the normal edition because I get 10 hours free with my EA Play subscription. So I don't actually need to spend that extra $30. So I've only played a couple hours. It's fine. The main thing I've actually been playing over the past 2 weeks, whatever we've been doing, is Jurassic World Evolution 2. It's a game I've owned for a while. You've been playing with
Snowbike Mike? He's the only other person I've heard that's excited about this game.
Listen, well, that's for 3. 3's coming out this year. It's basically Roller Coaster Tycoon, Planet Zoo, whatever, all those management games, but it's Jurassic Park, which is like, what a perfect idea, because Jurassic Park is cool and you make a theme park. That's what it is. And it was fun because I just watched Dominion like 2 months ago. Finally, even though it'd been on Peacock for fucking 2 years or something like that. And I was like, cool, let me go back to that game. And that game just has everything. You can play, it's got a campaign for every movie, every dinosaur in the world is in it, and it's a ton of fun to just like make the perfect park, put a super dangerous dinosaur in there, and then just like turn off the power and see what happens. It's a good time. And I put like 30 hours into that game in the last 2 weeks. Just been playing the hell out of it. Bought the DLC where it was like, hey, remember that part in Jurassic World Dominion where they go to Malta? We got a campaign for you. I was like, bet your sweet ass I'm in there. So it's just a fun thing that I haven't touched. I am very excited for 3. The main reason I'm playing this is like when they announced 3 at Summer Game Fest, I was like, fuck, let's go, because those games are really, really good. So it just made me go back to 2. But the real reason I want to bring up Jurassic World Evolution 2 is Chad, sing my song.
Kevin Bacon, oh shit, no, I gotta sing your name into something. No, segment from Adam. Segment from Adam, segment from Adam, segment from Adam, segment from Adam.
All right, Duke Ellington, thank you very much for showing up on the show. So what we're doing is...
wonderful world.
I am doing a mini gaming athlon. Last year, I did 2 shows where I ran a quiz game called Gaming Athlon, which had multiple events, and we had guests on, and we competed and saw who was the best. I wanted to run it back because it's episode 400. Let's have fun. There's a little bit of a theme for this one, everybody. Be excited. And it won't take as long. It's a mini one. Joel, would you please play? Would you like to play?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down to lose. Somebody's got to come in 3rd place.
Yeah, it's no problem. If you guys want to put your names and then like the scores, keep them down there in the segment from Adam part. But what we're going to start with, again, Gaming Athlon, I have 3 events. Based on how you do, you'll get medals, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. So our first event is Gaming This or That. I'm going to tell you, in this context, it is just a noun, person, place, or thing that is in one of these 2 gaming franchises. You tell me which one it is. If you get it right, you get a point. And whoever has the most points at the end will get a better medal. Gaming This or That, the context or the subject matter for this one is Gaming This or That. Is it Jurassic World Evolution 2? Or is it XCOM 2? Just because. Why not? Let's have fun. So, again, I'm just going to give you the name of a thing. You tell me if it's in Jurassic World Evolution 2 or if it's in XCOM 2. And we'll go in a rotation, so keep it fair. So on my screen, it's Joel, then Kozi, then Chad. So that's where I'm going to go. Number 1, ACU. ACU. It stands for something, but what game is that? Jurassic World Evolution 2 or XCOM 2? ACU. Joel, you're first.
I'm going to go XCOM 2.
Okay. Kozi?
I'm going to say that it stands for Alien Cinematic Universe, and it's an in-universe cinematic universe that the aliens use in XCOM 2 to placate the population. They're like, what if we were like, we did it sort of a reverse psychology thing. People are so concerned that aliens are taking over the world, and we literally put a series of alien movies about aliens taking over the world in theaters to placate people and make them forget the fact that that is happening in real life.
So what I'll do is,
XCOM
if you
2.
get the game correct, I won't give you the point because you gave me an explanation. If the explanation also has to be correct, so you kind of screwed yourself there. I'm just kidding. Chad, what do you think? ACU.
There's a wave-based mode defending.
You mean WAV-based?
A WAF-based. There's a WAF-based mode in Destiny called Onslaught where you have to defend an ADU, something defense unit. And ADU is similar to ACU in letters. And I'm assuming you're not defending things in Jurassic World Evolution 2, but you are kind of in XCOM because it's like strategy shit. So like we're gonna say XCOM 2.
You are all incorrect. ACU stands for Asset Containment Unit, which is obviously the assets with the dinosaurs. So those are guys you're gonna mess with in that game. Next up, starting with you, Kozi, Cabot Finch. Just the name of a person.
Finch.
Cabot Finch. Is that Jurassic World or is that XCOM?
I'm going to say that is XCOM. I think there's a lot of dumb stuff in the Jurassic World series, but Cabot Finch seems like it's a little bit too... That's more like XCOM, like British, like real-time strategy game quirky than it is Jurassic World quirky.
British strategy game, huh? That's what you think?
Well, because it was originally... Anyways, whatever.
No, go ahead. All right, Chad.
Picture this. Black screen. Fade up from black. 24 frames a second. Little compy dinosaurs on a beach. It's Jurassic Park: The Lost World. They eat somebody. I don't remember who it was.
There was a little girl.
Yeah, little girl. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Little girl. And I'm thinking the little girl names one of these dinosaurs what is it? Cabot again? Cabot Finch.
Cabot Finch is
They're
the
like,
name.
oh, you're a cute little dinosaur, Cabot Finch. And then they eat her. So I'm gonna say Cabot Finch is a compy from Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Okay, Joel.
I wanted to, sorry, real quick. I wanted to double check this just to be certain. The reason why I called it British is because the original XCOM UFO defense from 1994 was built by a British studio. I was correct about that fact.
What was
Just
XCOM
want
2
that on
made by?
record. I'm assuming it may or may not have been built by a British studio. I know that the series nowadays is a much more international affair in terms of when and where it's developed. But I know for a fact it was a
I believe you. Yeah, you're
British-founded
good.
studio.
Joel, Cabot Finch.
I'm gonna go Jurassic World Evolution 2. For no
Congratulations to Joel and Chad. Cabot Finch is whenever it's like, your park's doing good, you're getting money, good job. That's Cabot Finch, and he calls you all the time, and he tells you how great you are. Next up, Biosyn. Chad, what is Biosyn from?
Biosyn. How do you spell it?
Biosyn.
Oh, biosyn, as in like synthetic.
Biosyn.
Okay, I'm gonna say that is like a startup medical corporation, which feels like a Jurassic World Evolution 2 thing.
Okay. Yeah, Joel.
I'm gonna say that is a science company within the XCOM 2 universe.
Okay. And Kozi.
I'm going to say that it is part of the Jurassic World universe.
It is a biotechnology company in Jurassic World. They're the bad guys from Jurassic World.
Yeah, wasn't that the name of the
Dominion.
company that Bryce Dallas Howard works for?
No, Biosyn is the guy who looks like Tim Cook from Apple. That's his company.
Oh,
in
gotcha. That's right.
Dominion.
That's right.
All right, next up, The Avenger. Joel, you're first. The Avenger. What's that from?
I'm gonna assume XCOM just because people be shooting in XCOM. So XCOM. I don't know.
Okay.
An Avenger. Or it could be a vehicle in Jurassic World Evolution. Who the fuck knows?
Person, place, or thing. You never know.
I'm gonna go XCOM on this one.
I'm gonna say this is a cheeky little tongue-in-cheek reference to Chris Pratt being part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and this is an in-game Jurassic World Evolution 2 call out. Like, you're like, oh, you look like the guy who controls Velociraptors, aka also an Avenger.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
No, it is just your mobile base from XCOM 2. You have a giant mobile base that you can build inside of, and it's called the Avenger. So XCOM is the answer for that. Next up, Advent.
Sorry, real quick. It was myself and who
Joel.
guessed?
Joel.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep. Next up is Advent. What's Advent from, Kozi?
Advent is from XCOM. I'm going to say that they enjoy celebrating Christmas over there. And so they got Advent calendars ready to go.
All right, Chad.
Yeah, Advent calendars feel like something that you want to keep track of things, and we can't. When you're not on Earth and all of your days are, based on Earth's rotation around the sun, you got to have something to keep track of time in a linear way across the universe. And so the natural thing feels like, let's do that with Advent calendars and just open up a chocolate every time we see the sun. So XCOM feels like the natural environment for Advent.
All right, Joel.
Advent is clearly the name of the battle pass in Jurassic World Evolution 2. That is what the Advent is.
Okay, very cool. Kozi and Chad, get yourself a point. It's the name of the enemy force in XCOM 2. Or the Advent forces, basically what they're called. Next up, Dr. Wu. What is Dr. Wu from? Chad, I think. You're first.
Dr. Wu is a tongue-in-cheek little wink and a nod to the Asian scientist from Jurassic Park. And he went as Doctor Who for Halloween, and they called him Dr. Wu because Doctor Who has never been an Asian person, and the people in the universe of this thing are not very considerate or inclusive, and so they call him Dr. Wu in Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Okay, Joel.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Dr. Wu's from XCOM because it's one of those things that could really throw us off just by having doctor in the name. Like you would assume a doctor's from Jurassic World as opposed to XCOM. So I'm going to go XCOM.
Cozy.
I am going to say Jurassic World.
Dr. Wu is, in fact, the Asian doctor from the Jurassic Park movies.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, B.D.
Yeah.
Wong plays him in, I think, basically every movie. So Dr. Wu is from Jurassic World. Next up, Lily Shen. Joel, it's Lily Shen from...
Sorry,
Asian
did
name.
did you just guess Jurassic Park for the other one, or did you?
No, it
guess
was you two. Okay, it was Cozy and Chad who got Jurassic.
Just making sure.
Yep.
I'm going to go XCOM for this one for no reason in particular.
Okay, Cozy.
I am going to go XCOM.
I forgot the name of the thing. What was
Lily
it?
Shen.
Lily Shen. In Breaking Bad, Bryan Cranston, spoilers for season 5, maybe 6 of Breaking Bad, when Bryan Cranston poisons that little kid with Lily of the Valley.
The ricin.
The ricin, yep. And so I'm going to say Lily Shen is a poisonous plant that you can put in your parks in Jurassic World Evolution 2 that could cause chaos in your park.
Okay, so this will be Joel and Cozy. Lily Shen is the name of a doctor from XCOM 2. Well, she's more of an engineer, but she's a smart girl. Yeah. Next up, Spark. Spark. What's Spark from? It is the name of a thing specifically, just so it's not like, oh, a spark is electricity. It's a name of a thing. I think Chad's or Cozy, you're first. What's Spark from?
I'm going to say it's from Jurassic World. I'm going to say it was an attempt on the part of the geneticists to create a dinosaur that could serve as a battery.
All right, Chad.
XCOM 2.
All right, Joel.
I'm going to say it's from Jurassic World, and I'm going to say that this is some sort of generator that powers electrified fences to keep dinos in.
All right, it is a robot warrior unit from XCOM 2. There are weird generators, but they're just called like backup generator in Jurassic World. So you're good on that. 2 more. Proving Ground. Chad, what's the Proving Ground from?
The Proving Ground is from Horizon Zero Dawn. And at the end of it is where the first inciting incident happens that kicks off the rest of the story. And that had robot dinosaurs, and Jurassic World Evolution has fleshy DNA dinosaurs. So I'm going to say Jurassic World Evolution 2.
All right, Joel.
I was going to say the same exact thing Chad just said, word for word. Yeah, it's crazy. He must have saw that I was going to say that. So yeah, Jurassic World.
All right, Cozy.
I'm going to say Jurassic World.
The Proving Ground is a room that you put in the Avenger in XCOM 2 where you can train your soldiers. Last.
Real quick, for the one
New
prior
York
to
Times
that
would
one.
The Proving is Horizon Zero Dawn. Proving Ground is not Horizon Zero Dawn.
Different. What's up, Cozy?
For the one before Proving Ground, for the battery one, did anyone get that one?
I think just
Or
Chad. Yeah, just Chad.
All right. Updating Chad.
Our last one, Joel. This should be a layup. We'll see. Quetzalcoatlus. What's Quetzalcoatlus?
Jurassic World. That's a dinosaur name. I don't fucking know.
Cozy?
It is part of Jurassic World.
There's a enemy in Final Fantasy called a Quetzalcoatl, I think it is. It's like this electric cat with weird long whiskers, and so I'm gonna say that was based off of a dino DNA thing from Jurassic World.
Dino DNA.
Dino DNA.
Yeah, Quetzalcoatlus is the world's, well, I don't know if the world, it is the largest bird, I believe, ever. It's like 30 feet tall or some shit crazy. It's a big ass bird. It is from Jurassic World. All right. Congratulations. Everyone got that. What are the scores after round 1, Cozy?
It is, I have 6 points, Chad has 6 points, and Joel has 4 points.
All right. You and Chad get a gold. Joel gets a silver.
Yay.
All right. Next
Old
up.
Joel Silver.
Joel Silver. Next up, you guys are all going to do this at the same time, and you're going to have to keep your own track of your thing. This is the How Long to Beat quiz game, where I give you a game and you tell the information from How Long to Beat. The game we're doing is Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Oh, boy.
So, and again, everyone's got to take a turn and keep track of your own stuff. So, Joel, we'll start with you. I'm looking for main story, main plus sides, completionist, and user score for Jurassic World Evolution 2. So just start with, main story. What do you think it is? We'll just go one by one to make it easier. So everyone's going to give me main story, and then we'll do that. So main story for Jurassic World Evolution 2.
So just the main story.
Just main story. Everyone's going to do just main story, and then we'll move on.
All right. Main story, I'm going to say 14 hours.
Okay. Write down your answer somewhere so I can tell you how close you are. All right. Kozi.
I'm going to say 21 hours.
All right. And Chad.
I'm going to say 11 hours.
Kozi is outside of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Chad is within 5.
Mm-hmm.
And Joel is within 10. So everyone gets one chance to change your answer. And try to tell me how long the main story is.
Did you say Chad was within 5?
Chad is within 5.
You just gave them all.
I mean, it is what there's nothing I can do. It is what it is. You know?
All right. So if Chad's within 5 and I'm within 10, that can only mean one thing. I'm gonna say
It's got to be 30, right?
yeah. I'm gonna say 6.5 hours.
Okay, put it down. Yeah, and this will include halves, guys, just so you know.
I'm gonna say.
Actually, no, I can't do halves. I'll round up. So if you say 6.5, you're really saying 7. So
Nope,
does that change your answer at all?
I said 6.5.
Well, it's going to be 7 because I have to round up. So is it going to be?
Well, I said 6.5. So
Okay, well, it's going to be 7. Okay, go ahead, Kozi.
I'm gonna say 8.
All right.
I'm going to say also 8.
The actual answer, which I do not believe is correct, but according to this website, is 6. So Joel gets 9 points for being one away,
Joel,
and
you
then you
should've
two
said
how many
get
points? How many points?
you get 9 points,
9.
and then
I
you
think I
two
should get
because you were
10.
2 away. I mean, you don't. You two get 8 points each because you both guessed 8, and that was 2 away. Next up, we're gonna do main plus sides. What do you guys think the main plus sides is? I'll let Kozi go first this time.
I mean, this can go one of two ways. Either it's going to be slightly above the main, or it's going to be way above. I'm going to say, let's go 27.
All right, Chad.
I'm going to say 14.
Okay, Joel.
I am gonna say 12.
All right, make sure to put him in here so I can look at him. As far as Kozi, because Kozi went first. Kozi, you are outside of 10. Chad is outside of 10. Joel is outside of 10. So everyone is not within 10 of the actual main plus sides.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go with 43 for main plus sides.
Okay. Chad?
I'm going to go with 41. Flip mine backwards.
Whoa.
And Joel?
I'm gonna go 45.
All right. Very close game. Put this in here, somebody. Help this boy out. All right. The actual answer is 39 hours. So that would give Chad 8 because he's 2 away. Right? Yep. Kozi would get... How many?
6.
6 because you're 4 away. And then Joel would get 4 because he's 6 away. Okay, very good. We're moving on now to completionist. I need the total for completionist. Chad, you can start.
88.
Okay. Joel?
75.
75, all right.
69.
Nice.
I will tell you guys are all outside of 10.
Wow.
I need you to change your numbers in one way or another. Doesn't matter to me.
132.
Okay.
120.
All right.
111.
None of you are within 10. The actual time is 100 hours for completionist. You were a little short, and then you went a little bit over. It is what it is. 0 points. So this is the final chance to possibly win. I need to know the user score on howlongtobeat.com for Jurassic World Evolution 2. So this will be on a scale from 1 to 100, or I guess 0 to 100, technically. Joel, you're first again.
I'm going to say 79.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Kozi.
I'm going to say 68.
All right, Chad.
71.
Oh, which is 70?
71.
Or no, 71. Okay, Chad. No, who went first?
Joel.
No,
I did.
Joel went first. Joel, you are within 10.
Ooh.
Kozi is within 5. Chad is within 5. One more chance to change
I
it.
am going to change my answer to 70.
Okay. Kozi?
I'm going to change my answer. I know it didn't work out well for me the first time, but you know what? Once a 69, always a 69. I'm going 69.
69 at the IKEA, everybody. All right, Chad, what is your
I'm
final
going to stay right
change?
where I'm at 71.
Good move, Chad. It's actually, excuse me, a 72 overall rating on How Long to Beat. So Chad, give yourself 9. Joel, give yourself 8. Kozi, give yourself 7. Right? Yes.
Yes.
All right. What are the total scores after those? Everything is added up. How many points did you guys? How close were you on Jurassic World Evolution 2? How Long to Beat?
I had 27 points total.
I got 21.
No, that's a lie. I had 25 points total.
25. Okay.
Yeah. I got 21.
I also got 21.
Chad gets a gold. You two get a silver.
Yay.
And we're going to move on to Chad. You were singing it earlier, and you're right on the
What was I
money.
singing?
This is 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon is being John.
Oh, Kevin Bacon.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon is being John Malkovich. This is the game where I normally relate one actor to another actor to another actor in a video game. This one's a lot simpler because this is a mini athlon. We're not doing a full thing. This is the main cast for Jurassic World Rebirth. So first up, we're going Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson in Jurassic World Rebirth. She's a famous actor. She's in a lot of stuff. She has 1 video game credit. I need you guys to give me her video game credit. You get 2 guesses per clue, and as you need more clues, I'll tell you the era, the type of game, and then the developers last. So Scarlett Johansson got 1 credit. What do you guys think it is? Just throw out a guess.
Shitty PS2 license game is this? Because that's all it can be. There's
Disney
no other game it
Infinity.
could possibly be. No, come on now. I'm going to say Reign of Fire for the PlayStation 2. I don't think she's in the movie.
She's not in that movie.
But I'm saying somehow, inexplicably, she'll be a voice actress in the game. But you're saying that she's not.
No, she is
Amazing.
not. I still got 1 guess from you. Call of Duty? No, she's not in Call of Duty. It's always a good guess. You never know. Garfield Kart?
Maybe she voices Odie.
She's not in a Garfield Kart.
It's a boring answer. I'm going to say Fortnite.
No. Joel, you got 1 more guess, and I'll give you guys a clue.
I will guess Grand Theft Auto.
She's not in Grand Theft Auto.
Just the whole franchise.
All of it.
Grand
So
Theft Auto.
the first clue is the era, and the second clue is the kind of game. Or was it the other way?
Era.
It doesn't matter. I'll just give you the era. So this game was released in the... I'm not going to tell you the year it was released. Actually, I'll tell you the year. It doesn't matter. 2004 game. It came out on the PS2, GameCube, and the original Xbox, as well as a GBA version.
Oh, man.
So think early 2000s. It came out on PS2, GameCube, Xbox, and the Game
Matt
Boy
Hoffman's
Advance.
BMX on the GBA.
No, that is not correct.
Frogger 2, Swampy's Revenge.
Nope.
A Jurassic
is a real
Park game.
No.
We're on here giving like very specific answers, and Joel's like, a platformer.
Hey, I'm trying to narrow it down to the IP. I'm gonna say
I would help with taking
I'm
narrow
gonna say
down.
the Polar Express, the video game.
No, very good guess though.
That's a good one. I'm gonna say. What do I want to say? I'm gonna say Flubber. I don't know if there was a Flubber video game.
No, she's not in the Flubber video game. If there even is
Spider-Man
one.
2.
Nope.
That one's actually good. That one's good.
Next clue. It is a platform game. So it is a platformer.
Donald
In that
Duck
era.
going Quackers.
Nope. She plays the titular
I fucking
Donald Duck.
love that game. I love that game
That's
so
funny
much.
that's a real thing. I didn't know anything about it.
Oh, that's like one of my favorite games of all time.
Going Quackers.
Dude, I have a
Going
list. I have a list
Quackers.
on the GG app that is just called "Weird Games I Love for No Reason," and that's one of them.
That was developed by Ubisoft Montreal. Actually, they were inspired to implement the time rewinding feature in Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time from a feature in Going Quackers that was cut at the last minute.
Going
Fun
We're gonna
fact.
call them Monty Ubi.
Montubi.
I'm gonna say Rayman 3.
Nope.
Hoodlum Havoc. No.
Anything? You guys, Chad has 2 more. You guys have 1 more?
What was even the fucking clue this time? I can't remember.
It is a platform game.
Oh yeah, platform game.
PS2
Spyro 2.
era. Nope.
Crash Bandicoot 2.
Nope.
3.
Is it
No, Crash
Cow the Kangaroo?
Nope. Chad, you've got 1 more.
Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Nope. She nuts on my bolt, so I Banjo Kazooie. You know what it was? I forgot what it was. Anyways, last up, the developer. It's not going to help. I've never heard of these people. It was developed by Heavy Iron Studios, published by THQ.
See, the problem is I have heard of that name, but I can't, for the life of me, remember what they made.
I have a guess.
Okay, you can give me guesses, bro.
Enter the Matrix.
No, pretty good though.
Another weird game I love for no reason.
Oh, that game was awesome.
There was a game, one of the studios that eventually worked on StarCraft Ghosts before it was canceled, made a platforming game in which you played as a bunch of robots. And I don't remember the name of the studio, if it was the name that Adam just said, or if the game in question is even what he's talking about. I'm going to say this unnamed platforming game starring a bunch of robots that eventually was made by the same developer that made a version of StarCraft Ghosts that got canceled.
Incorrect.
Okay.
You guys
Super
both
Mario
have-
64.
No, incorrect. She's Princess Peach, everybody.
2004.
Yeah. When I tell you guys the answer, you'll be like, oh, maybe we should have guessed.
Hold on, can
What is
you
it?
can you give us a guess, like the first letter of the name?
T.
The
Turok 2.
I mean, it does start. The first word is the. I'm sorry. Or do you want the second word, Joel?
yeah, the second word.
S.
The Star Wars video game.
Nope, incorrect.
The Sungle Book.
No, incorrect. Kozi, you got 1 guess. Bring it home or
man.
give it up.
I'm going to say that that's actually the game's subtitle, and it's Blink's The Sweeper Time.
Nope.
Most
awful.
people don't know that. It's actually out of order.
So I'm assuming she's in the movie. That's why she's in the video game. But the SpongeBob SquarePants movie video game is Scarlett Johansson's only video game credit. So I'm assuming
Wow.
she's in that
Was
movie.
she in the movie?
I'm assuming. Why else should she be in the video game? I don't remember.
Hold on. We got to look this up.
SpongeBob SquarePants movie. That was her 1 gaming credit. No points on that. That's fine. Next up, Mahershala Ali, everyone's favorite Blade actor who will never get to play Blade, is in Jurassic World Rebirth. What is his 1 video game credit?
Scarlett Johansson was Princess Mindy in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Oh, okay. I would never have recognized her voice as a kid. Absolutely not. Mahershala Ali, guys. What was he in?
Oh, man.
Any guesses would be great.
I mean, we got to cover our bases. Fortnite. Is he in Fortnite?
Nope.
Is he in Call of Duty?
Nope.
All right.
Is he in Halo
out.
5 Guardians?
I did one for the team.
He is not in Halo 5 Guardians. That's another black actor.
Did they make a...
I knew it wasn't the main guy, but I was like, maybe he was like one of the side team.
It's not a video game, so I'm allowed to ask. Is he in Halo 5, the podcast that they did leading up to the release of the game?
Couldn't tell you. My guess is no, but I could not tell you. All right, Joel and Chad, you guys have more guesses.
Halo ODST.
No, he's not in a Halo game.
Halo Reach.
Gears of War Judgment.
He's not in a Gears of War game. Our next clue is the console it was released on. or the era. It is a PS4 and Xbox One game.
Anthem.
No, not Anthem.
Ah,
Ooh,
fuck.
yeah.
I'm going to say Rise, Son of Rome.
Nope.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
No.
Ooh, good call. Good call.
That's a good one.
I'm going
I'm
to
gonna say Borderlands 3.
Not a Borderlands game.
I'm going to say Infamous Second Son.
No.
Okay.
Rockay City.
No, he's not in RK City. Everyone else was, but he's not. The next clue is the genre. It is a sports video game.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
FIFA.
No.
NBA 2K22.
I was going to say
Not
the
NBA
Madden,
2K22.
the Madden that had long shot as its story mode.
Can you tell me a year? If
If
anyone,
Madden-
hold on, real quick.
Madden
Hold on,
18.
Stop.
Madden.
If anyone could tell me the year, Kozi, I'll give you one chance. If you can tell me the year, I'll let you have it. If not, if someone give me the year, I'll give it to them. But if not, then you get it. Because it is long shot, but I need to know the year. So,
I'm not
Kozi,
looking
one
it up.
guess.
Madden NFL 18.
It is Madden NFL. You heard Joel and you stole it
You
from
heard
him.
me, you son of a bitch.
But it is Madden NFL 18 is the one with long shot. So, congratulations, Kozi. You get 2 points for that one.
Yeah.
Good job. That's why I was trying to hold you up, everyone. Y'all didn't listen. I'm trying to help you out. All right. That's his one gaming credit because, yeah, he's in long shot. Our next guy, I didn't realize this was the guy from Wicked. I didn't recognize his face at all, but apparently this is the main heartthrob in Wicked. Jonathan Bailey is also in Jurassic World Evolution Rebirth. He's the guy with the shaky pants. If you watch the trailer, like when the big T-Rex comes, he quivers his feet. It's really fucking funny. Anyways, that man has multiple gaming credits. He's been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 video games. Jonathan Bailey, the guy who's the doctor. Give me one of his gaming credits. We'll figure out clues from here, but I will help you guys out. Again, we've got 7 games that he's been in, so you could potentially figure this out.
Is it the guy who played Fiero in Wicked? That's the guy?
He's the prince or whatever.
Can I look up what he looks like?
Sure, you can look up what he looks like. Don't look at his credits or anything.
What is his name?
Jonathan Bailey.
Jonathan Bailey. Oh,
What's
he's the guy that shows up on the horse. Is that it? Is that what I'm thinking of? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't recognize him at all because in Jurassic World he's got glasses and a beard. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that man is, but it's the guy from Wicked. But anyways, any games? He's in multiple.
I'm going to say, you know what? I bet this guy was in Death Stranding 1.
No, he's not.
And he was one of those. No, I guess he's not.
No
All right.
Kojima games.
What's that double A game that came out like 2 years ago that they wanted to be a big franchise, but everyone reviewed it as like 7s, and then they're like, "Was that game?"
I don't know what you're talking about. Brother, I don't know what you're talking about.
It was like it looked like it was Bioshock, and like one of your hands did special powers and shit, and then it was like,
what is it? The Russian game?
Looking at his list, no, I don't think that's the one that you're talking about.
I'm trying to remember what that game is called.
I know, right? In my brain, all I can think of Kingdom of Avalon.
We
but I
saw
know
the
it's- or
sequel
Avalon,
at
but-
Summer Game Fest
I'm trying to
recently.
remember the name of it. Yeah, Russian Bioshock. What's the name of
No,
it? Anyways.
I don't think the game
Adamfall.
I'm talking about is going to get us.
Nope, not Adamfall.
Adamfall.
Nope, that's a different one.
I'm not talking about Adamfall.
Anyways, it's not any of that. I need another
Was
guess.
he?
Can I look up what that game was?
Yeah, you can. That's fine.
I'm going to say Star Wars The Force Unleashed.
No Star Wars games.
Okay.
I think I still have one from the other two. You guys both have one guess still.
In Grand Theft Auto 5.
Nope, not in a Grand Theft Auto game.
Disney Infinity.
He's not in Disney Infinity. Again, the problem here is that there are multiple games. I will say his work ranges from... There's a game in 2014, a game in 2015, a game in 2017, and 2019. So we know it's about, what would that be? Xbox One, PS4 generation, basically, from 2014 to 2019. Yeah.
I'm going to say Payday 2.
Not a Payday game.
I'm gonna say, he's in A Way Out, the co-op game. from
No, he
What's
is
His
not.
Face. No.
I'm going to say Jurassic
Detroit
World
becomes
Evolutions.
He is not in Jurassic World Evolutions. What was that? Chad?
Detroit Become Human.
No, he's not in that awful game. Yeah, I guess you guys have one more guess. 2014
is
to
he
2019.
in Near Automata.
Nope.
Okay.
Joel and Chad.
You can tell when we don't have answers when we're all just
Cooking
throwing.
Mama.
No, not
Cooking
Cooking
Mama.
Mama.
2014 to 2019.
Yep.
Gears of War 4. Gears
Not
4.
a Gears of War. Nope, no Gears of War games. The last thing I would give you would be, the next one would be genres. One of them is a racing game. One of them is an adventure game. One of them is an RPG. And the other one is also an RPG, an action RPG.
No, by adventure game.
Forza Horizon 3.
Not Forza Horizon 3.
Forza Horizon 2.
Ooh, that was a close one.
No,
Y'all
I
said that at
definitely
the
said it
same
first.
time.
I
to me.
definitely said it first.
I said it.
I had
said
that
it
cocked and
yesterday.
loaded.
So
I had
here's
that
what we'll
cocked
do.
and loaded.
Yesterday.
Cozy's locked out because you guys both gave me a correct answer at the exact same
All
time.
right. Here's how we'll do it. Who played a Forza game most recently? All right, there we go.
No.
I'll give it to Joel because he's not going to win anyway.
Okay, Joel, congratulations. Cozy or Chad
You're
gave
all
you the thing.
welcome.
He is in Forza Horizon 2.
Fair and
He is in
square.
Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, which was the adventure game I was talking about.
Oh, yeah. I love that game.
He's also in Final Fantasy 14 and a bunch of expansions. And he's in Anthem, which was a game that someone already mentioned earlier today. So congratulations, Joel. I think that's 2 points for you. So that means that Joel and Cozy both get a gold star. Chad gets nothing.
Nothing.
Well, yeah, you didn't place. You didn't even get on the board.
I got silver.
Yeah, no, sure. You get a silver for not placing at all. So I do believe that means that Chad, with 2 golds and a silver, wins the mini gaming athlon. Congratulations,
Ooh.
Chad. You're the episode 400 winner of
Congrats.
the
I believe,
Jurassic
yes.
World-centric gaming athlon. Congratulations. Thank God I didn't have a heart out, you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of the hard out, do we want to go through with my segment, which is RAF-stats, or do we maybe want to punt that to a future episode? Because I'm totally fine with saving it for a future.
I have no reason to stop now.
Yeah, go for
Okay.
it. My heart out is no longer a thing, so go for it, bud.
All right. Well, in that case, Chad, sing me in with today's Game
Game
On
on Game
Show.
Show. The Game on Game Show. We play a game called Game on the Gaming Show. On a game show. Game.
Thank you, Chad. To round out tonight's episode of Respawning Fire, we're going to be playing a brand new segment that I'm calling RAF-stats, spelt in all caps. The rules of RAF-stats are fairly simple. I'm going to say a word, and all 3 of you have to tell me statistically how many times that word has appeared in the title of an episode of Respawning Fire. That includes both numbered and non-numbered episodes that have appeared on our podcast feed. The person closest to the correct answer gets 50 points. Second closest gets 40 points. And third closest gets 30 points. Now, here's the thing. In the unlikely instance that someone guesses the exact answer, they will get 100 points instead of 50, and the other 2 will get nothing. The goal is to get to 400 total points, given that this is the 400th episode, but there's a catch. Every single time someone's total accumulated points passes a multiple of 100, so 100, 200, 300, and 400, they will have to answer a simple A or B trivia question. If they get the trivia question right, their score will remain as is, but if they get the trivia question wrong, they will lose however many points they just gained. So, for example, I might say, tell me how many times the word apple has appeared in the title of an episode of Respawning Fire.
Don't ask me that stupid-ass question.
Chad, who's currently at 180 points in this hypothetical game, guesses closest, which nets him 50 points, putting his total at 230 points. Because he passed 200 points in doing so, I'll be forced to ask him a trivia question, like, what's the name of the goose that occasionally pops up in my video feed? Is it A, Gus, or B, Kozi Jr.? If he gets it right, he'll stay at 230 points, but if he gets it wrong, he'll drop back to 180 points. To important pieces of advice before we get going. Number one, I only have 10 trivia questions prepared for each person. So if you somehow end up being asked all of them without getting to 400 points, you will automatically fail. And number two, none of the words from the statistic guessing part of this segment have appeared in a title of an episode more than 100 times. So I would say better to lowball than to highball.
Immortals of Avium was the game I was thinking of. I finally fucking
There
found
we
it.
There you
go.
go. Nailed it.
We did it. We did it. Are we ready to start?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. Let's begin with round number one. How many times has Chad appeared in an episode title?
27.
22.
27, 22. Joel, do you have a guess?
17.
It's the
And
date
Joel
of my
guesses
birthday.
17. Joel, you were closest because the correct answer is 13. So Joel gets 50 points, Chad gets 40 points, and Adam gets 30 points. I will be keeping track of the scores on
It's
my
so
end.
funny because one of those
no
times
need
was
to
just
worry
like
about
3 episodes ago. That's so funny.
it. Round two. How many times has E3 appeared in an episode title? So just E and then the number 3.
9.
8. That was weird.
Man,
Adam says 9. Joel says 8.
Chad says
Chad
6.
says 6. The winner chicken dinner of this one is Adam. It has been said a total of 28 times.
There's
So
no fucking way.
Shit.
Adam's point total jumps up to 80 with that. Joel, you were in second place, so you are going to jump up to 90. And Chad, you are going to jump up to 70 because you got 30 additional points. All right. Sorry, give me a moment. My mouse is being a little unresponsive. There we go. Round number 3.
Them poppers are hitting
Marvel.
them hard, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's not the poppers. My mouse legitimately was unresponsive. Actually, maybe the poppers hit the mouse. That is possible. That particular scenario is possible. Round number 3, Marvel.
Oh,
9.
17.
Chad
31.
says 9. Joel says 17. Adam says 31. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary people of the world, we have our first instance where someone guessed it right on the dot. The correct answer was 9. So Chad,
yeah.
you and you alone
I'll
get
suck
100 points. However, because you passed a multiple of 100, we now have to ask you a trivia question.
Yes, love it. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Trivia question number 1. On what episode of Respawning Fire did I, Alexander Kazina, first appear as a guest? Was it episode 92 or episode 136?
Let's see. We started in 2017. You showed up in January, I believe, of 2019, which is like 100 weeks if we did it every week. But we were the occasionally weekly podcast. So I'm going to say whatever the lower number was.
That would be 92. Are you locking in?
I'm locking in 92.
The correct answer is episode 92. Congratulations. The full title of that episode, it was me and Trevor Beatus who appeared in a joint guest star on that episode. It was called episode 92, A Pooping Mechanic in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Pooping mechanic. These titles.
And with that, we are done with Marvel, so it is time to move on to round number 4. How many times has PS5 appeared in a title? So just not PlayStation 5, PS5.
15.
9.
29.
Joel says 9, Adam says 15, Chad says 29. The correct answer is 17. So that means that Adam is going to gain a total of 50 points and bump his thing up to 130. Joel is, I think, just narrowly in second place, and so he's going to be bumped up to 130 as well. And Chad will be bumped up to 200. Everyone has passed a multiple of 100, so we have a round of trivia questions for all to go around. Adam, are you ready for your trivia question?
Go for it.
All right.
I'm not going to know it, but go for it.
What is the name of the first episode of Respawning Fire, back when it was the split screen gaming podcast? Was it A, Super Mario World and Games as Art, or B, Nintendo Switch is here?
B.
I'm afraid that the correct answer was A. It is Super Mario World and Games as Art. So unfortunately, your point total is getting bumped back down to 80 points. Joel, what was the first non-numbered episode of Respawning Fire in the podcast feed? Was it titled A, Spoiler Chat, Zelda Breath of the Wild with Travis Manning, or B, Spoiler Chat, Horizon Zero Dawn?
See, that's a good question,
That is
Kozi,
a
because
good
it's one of the two, right? You know?
I'm going to say A, Breath of the Wild.
That is correct. It was Breath of the Wild Spoiler Chat with Travis Manning. Good job on that. And finally, Chad, what is the most viewed video of all time on the Respawning Fire YouTube channel? Was it A, the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth spoiler cast with Jerica Hanna and Kyle Cosper, or B, our movie commentary of the 2020 Monster Hunter movie?
I think I actually know this.
I hope it's B, but I think it's A.
I think it's B.
It's B.
Is it B?
Yeah, I think it
Shut
is
the
B.
fuck up.
Unfortunately, Chad, the correct answer is B.
Oh my god, what does it have?
It has 936 views.
What?
I think people are assuming that it's actually the Monster Hunter movie, and they're just like, let's
Probably.
click on this shit. Oh, man.
Oh
All
my
right,
god,
and with
that's
that,
amazing.
Chad is back down to 170. In second place is Joel with 130, and Adam with 80 points. Let us return to our stats. Tell me, how many times has BARF appeared in an episode title? BARF.
40 times.
Jill says 40.
$51.
52.
Chad says 51. Adam says 52. We were insanely close to getting another perfect guess. So the correct answer is 53.
Ooh.
And so
Ooh.
I just want to
Adam
go one over Chad.
gains-
That was it.
50 points. Chad will potentially gain 40 points, and Joel will gain 30 points. He's not going over a multiple of 100, so he arrives at 160. Chad, are you ready for another trivia question?
Ready.
On what date was Respawning Fire's 69th episode released? Was it
Nice.
July 24th, 2018, or April 13th, 2018?
Ooh. If we did one a week, starting end of February 2017, then that would be 52, and then like 8 more weeks. So yeah, it's got to be the later of the two. It was the July something. A.
It is indeed July 24th, 2018, which means that
Boom.
your total points are now at 210. Adam. Oh, hold on a sec. It wasn't supposed to click that. Adam, at the beginning of this year, I released a video of me making a Respawning Fire themed cake on the YouTube channel. What playlist is the video a part of on said YouTube channel? Is it part of A, the RAF one-shots playlist, or B, the RAF special episodes playlist?
Special episodes.
Ooh, I'm afraid that the correct answer is RAF one-shots, unfortunately.
What a
Rough
loser.
stuff.
So you will remain at 80 points for the time being. We will return to the statistics board. Tell me, how many times has Cyberpunk appeared in an episode title?
12.
7.
6.
Oh, we have once again, an intrepid warrior who has correctly guessed the exact answer. The correct answer is exactly 6.
This Chad guy, he's cheating.
This will potentially put Chad at over 300 points if he can correctly guess this following trivia question. Said trivia question is, in what part of the world did I once green screen myself skiing inside of? Was it Alaska in the United States of America, or the Yukon in the Dominion of Canada?
I, for some reason, remember making a Yukon Gold Potatoes joke, so we're going to say Yukon.
The correct answer is the Yukon. Congratulations,
Yeah.
Chad. Guys, better be careful. Chad is at 310 points. If he gets a little bit further, a little bit more,
Be
he
careful.
could be in striking
I'm under
distance.
100. It's not. It's gonna happen. You know.
Well, we'll find out. And with that, let's go back to the stats. How many times has the word review, singular, appeared in an episode title?
17.
Joel says 17.
28.
Chad says 28.
23.
And Adam says 23. The person who was closest to this one was Joel. The correct answer was 12. So Joel is on track to receive 50 points. Adam, you are on track to receive 40 points. And Chad, you will receive automatically 30 points.
Give me another
Joel,
quiz I could fail, baby.
what is the most viewed numbered episode on the Respawning Fire YouTube channel? So we're not talking about movie commentaries or spoiler chats. We're specifically talking about numbered episodes. Is it A, episode 369, which was Zelda Echoes of Wisdom impressions, or B, episode 371, Game Freak's been hacked, Pokemon leaks are everywhere?
I'm going to say B, the Pokemon leaks.
That is the correct answer. With that, you are now at 210 points. Adam, it's time for another trivia question.
Let's fail another one. Let's go. Should have been at 300 by now.
What live stream did Respawning Fire live react to in the first ever live RAF Reacts? Was it A, the 2023 Opening Night Live presentation, or B, the 2023 PlayStation Showcase presentation?
Showcase.
That is correct. You got it right, which means that you are now at 120 points.
Took me all game. I'm finally over 100, everybody. Let's go.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead. We'll highlight that. There we go. Let's see here. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to skip over a couple ones because this will be more interesting. Xbox. XBOX. How many times has it appeared in a title?
36.
49.
How many, Chad?
49.
49.
31.
And Adam says 31. The correct answer is 28. So Adam gets the lion's share of the points here with 50, which puts him at 170. Joel is in second place. He will get 40 points, which puts him at 250. And Chad will get an additional 30 points, which puts him at 370. All right. Let's see from here. Where do we want to go next?
Is there a
We're probably
stat one?
I mean, we're getting close to the end here. How do we... Oh, this will be fun. Ring fit. Oh, is Chad still here?
There he is.
He is.
Yep, I can hear you. Yep.
There we go. All right. Ring fit.
I can't see Kozi. Can you all hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
we hear
I
you.
hear you.
Okay, now I hear everyone. I see everyone, hear everyone. We're good.
Ring fit.
What was the question? I missed the question.
We're back to the stats. How often has ring fit appeared in a title of Respawn Aim Fire?
4.
5.
Is this excluding Ring Fit with RAF?
It's any instance in which the words ring fit have appeared, regardless of the context.
I'm still going to stay with 4.
I'm going to say 8.
Guys, I can't believe I'm saying this, but once again, we have had an individual on this podcast guess the exact number, and it is Chad Michaelinus, because the exact number is 5. Chad, to gain 100 points and win this game with a whopping 470 points, can you tell me? Hold on a sec. Let me scroll up real good.
Ring fit.
What is Respawning Fire's shortest BARF episode? Was it the Barf episode for Donut County or Kerbal Space Program?
Oh, damn. That's a tough one because I wasn't on Kerbal Space Program and I didn't give a shit about that game, so I definitely didn't listen to it. But I'm going to say Kerbal Space Program.
Here's the thing. Before I looked up the runtimes for these two episodes, I would have said Kerbal Space Program
That's
as
what I would have
well.
thought, too. It was like 11 minutes.
But in fact, Kerbal Space Program ran for 12 minutes and 46 seconds. Donut County was 10 minutes and 59 seconds.
What the hell are you
So
doing with
it
these
was
guys?
one
I mean,
minute.
That's
This is a good
insane.
game. Great. That's
Yeah,
it.
well, how did you guys have a 10-minute episode on a good video game? What's going on
Yeah.
here?
And with that, we are all still in the game. Let's see here.
Chat's just going to get it again. It doesn't matter.
Let's see.
73. Exactly.
Super. How often has the word super appeared in an episode of
8.
Respawning Fire? Joel says 8.
$14.
15.
Chad says 14 and Adam says 15. The correct answer is indeed 12. So nobody got it correct, but some people were closer than others. In fact, the closest person in this instance was actually Chad, with 14 being 2 off. So we have potentially 50 points on the board there. Adam is a narrow second, so we got potentially 40 points on the board there. And Joel in third place with 30 more points on the board. Joel will automatically shoot up to 280 points based on that. Because Chad might close out the game, Adam, I will give you your trivia question first.
Go ahead. That don't matter.
Which American airport was they stranded at overnight in November of 2024? Was it the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport or the Charlotte Douglas Airport?
Charlotte Douglas.
I'm afraid that is incorrect. It was the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport in Texas.
Damn.
I took off from the Charlotte Airport, and then I got stuck at the Dallas Airport.
I'm just, the only thing in my head is Fayetteville. That's the only thing I can remember from that whole story.
We just talked about the fact that he was like, we mentioned something about Dallas Airport being so big
Yeah.
that it has its own police department.
Adam is still at 170 points. Chad, it's time for our second round to see if he can cinch this. What is the last advertised episode on Respawning Fire's Instagram account?
Oh, God.
That's something I had never even looked at.
I didn't know
This
there was
shit
an
died
Instagram
a long
account.
time ago.
A, Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal impressions, or B, E3 canceled, period. Now what?
I canceled my own Instagram in the middle of the pandemic, which is when Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing.
Also,
Wait, what was
when
the whole first?
E3 also got canceled.
Both
that
of these
year.
things ended that year, so yeah.
A was Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal impressions. B was E3 canceled. Now what?
We're gonna say E3 impressions. Now what?
I'm afraid that is incorrect. It was
Poop sock.
actually Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal. Adam, Joel, you guys are still in the game. Still anyone's game, if you can believe it somehow. Let's see here. Ooh, this is a good one. Kingdom Hearts. How often has Kingdom Hearts appeared in the title of an
Three.
episode?
Many times.
3.
Okay. Chad said 4. Joel said 3.
I'll say
Adam
5.
said. Adam, you got it exactly correct for the first time, which means that you and only you will potentially win 100 points
I'm gonna
if you can get
question
this
wrong.
next
I'm gonna get it
trivia
wrong.
question wrong. We need to keep this competitive, so try your best. All right, here we go. What is Respawning Fire's longest Barf episode? Is it A, Red Dead Redemption 2, or B, Castlevania Lords of Shadow?
Interesting. Let's just say Red Dead.
Castlevania Lords of Shadow went in at 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 16 seconds.
Yeah, I feel like that wasn't that
Red
long.
Dead Redemption 2 went in at 1 hour, 28 minutes and 45 seconds, which means that you got that correct, and you gain a whopping 100 points to put your total score at 270.
I'm coming for you, Chad. Just got to nail 2 more in a row.
All right. Let's see here. Let's go with game, singular.
73.
Joel says 73.
69.
Chad says 69.
47.
And Adam says 47. Let's see here. Based on I think we actually have our first instance of a tie, because the correct answer is 58, which means that both Chad and Adam are tied in first place.
But
so I'm going to go ahead. Did you?
I didn't go over without going over. That was me.
I mean, here's the thing.
Going over.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You know what? I'm going to give you, Adam, I will give you 50 points. It doesn't matter, though, because Chad is also potentially going to get
this right, yeah.
40 points if he, gets the trivia question correct. And Joel, you will gain 30 points if you get your trivia question correct. Speaking of which, Joel, on what date was our 300th episode released on podcast services? Was it December 13th, 2022, or March 21st, 2023?
I'm going to say March 2023.
It was indeed March 21st, 2023, which means that, Joel, you are ranking in at 310 points. Adam, what is the name of Respawning Fire's $1 membership tier on Patreon called? Is it called A, the RAF Value Pack, or B, the Lifelong Friend?
Lifelong Friend.
It is indeed called the Lifelong Friend, which means you're now at 320 points. Chad,
we should probably
the boys are.
I don't think we've said those words in 5 years.
The boys are coming up strong on you. If you flunk out of this one, they could potentially catch up within a couple of rounds. Tell me, what is the name? Actually, you know what? You might know this one. I should give you something a little bit harder. All right, I'm going to give you this one. This one will be a little harder. What is? No, you know what? You might know that one. I'm doing everything I can.
Give him a question about me. He won't know it.
All right, here we go.
Or NBA 2K.
How much
something.
Alcohol by volume does a coconut lemonade popper contain?
Where's the?
You
What's
just
the
want
A
me to throw a random number out? There's an A or B, or
is it A, 4.5%, or B, 7%?
7% would be a lot, I think. So 4.5.
It is 7%, Chad.
Wow.
Unfortunately, you are not getting any
this
points.
whole time you've been drinking 7% poppers?
Kozi drinks at least 5 of them an episode. That's crazy.
Yeah,
And
this
did you
man's
see the
getting
way that he
toasted.
just downed that whole thing in 2 sips? Like,
That man's liver's screaming.
Alrighty, let's move on to our next round.
Also, no, he just looked at his can of poppers and was like, "What's that?"
Spoiler. How often has the word spoiler appeared in an episode of Respawn Aim Fire?
18.
7.
Adam says 18. Chad says 7.
9.
And Joel said 9. We got very close on this one. The correct answer was 10, which means that Joel will gain 50 points, which ends him at 360. Chad was in second place, so he has rounds to gain potentially 40 points. And Adam, you will gain 30, which puts you at 350. All right, let's see here. What was... You know what? Actually, Adam, I'm going to take your advice. This question was originally meant for Joel, but I'm going to make it for Chad.
Love that.
What was Adam's personal favorite game of 2024? Was it A, Hades 2, or B, Balatro?
I don't even remember this. I couldn't do it. I don't remember which one I put number 1.
I'm going to say Hades 2, but then we felt weird about doing early access.
The correct answer is Balatro, not Hades 2.
Motherfucker.
Come on, Chad. Come on. Balatro, baby. Stop fucking around.
Which means, as things currently stand, Chad is at 370 points, Adam is at 350 points, Joel is at 360 points, which means that potentially, based on how things go in this next round, next round,
win.
We could all tie. One person could emerge victorious. It's anyone's game, literally anyone's game at this point. And with that out of the way, tell me, how many times has the word pooping appeared in an episode of Respawning Fire?
Three.
Oh, babe, we're all guessing three.
No way.
No, that's fine. Joel said it first. Joel gets 3. He absolutely said that first. Chad, what are you winning? I'll go 4. Fuck, that feels crazy. Give me 1. Give me 1.
There's only one host here that got it exactly correct. And that host is Adam. It appeared exactly one title on an episode of Respawning Fire. All right, let's see here.
What was the name of that episode? I'm pooping right now.
Don't know.
What was it called?
No, it was a pooping mechanic in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I asked Chad about what was Adam's favorite game of 2024. So I will now ask you the same thing about Chad. What was Chad's personal favorite game of 2024? Was it A, Astrobot, or B, Black Myth Wukong?
Astrobot.
God, this is one I don't even remember. Yeah. What is it?
It was, in fact, Black Myth Wukong, which means that you got that incorrect.
There's no fucking way.
Alrighty. We are... I've been saying for now that we're about to step up to the awards, but the end of this game keeps getting delayed. Let's go with the word awards, plural. How many times has the word awards appeared in an episode
12.
of Respawning Fire?
11.
12.
Joel says 12.
14.
Adam says 11. Chad says 14. The correct answer is 16. So Chad has potential to win 50 points. Adam has the potential to win 30 points, which actually puts him at 380, so we won't be asking him a trivia question just yet. Yeah, Joel or Chad can potentially gain one on this one. Let's see here. Joel, from what city in Japan did I live react to the Switch 2 presentation? Was it A, Tokyo, or B, Kyoto?
B, Kyoto.
The correct answer was A, Tokyo.
So bad.
All right, here we go, Chad. Here we go. Do you think you can get this one? You've gotten more wrong answers than right answers for this
Lord
point.
willing and the creek don't rise. Let's go.
All right, here we go. What is the first game that was reviewed under the RAF Reviews branding? So not a BARF review or a spoiler cast review, but specifically RAF Reviews. Was it A,
thumbnails?
Psychonauts 2, or B, Metroid Dread?
Ooh. Metroid Dread.
If you can
Shut
believe
up.
it.
Is that wrong? Motherfucker.
The correct answer
God damn
was
it.
Psychonauts 2, which means that we continue this laborious effort onward. At this point, yeah, I mean, Joel could potentially get a 30 thing. Yeah, anyways. All right, let's keep going. All right. How many times has GOTY appeared in an episode title?
4.
GOTY. Joel says 4.
4.
Does that include as part of Pody Goaty?
In those particular instances, Goaty was isolated by itself, so yes, that would count.
13.
9.
Chad says 13. Adam says 9. The correct answer was 11. So I believe that based on that, Adam would be in first place, so he has potential to win 50 points. Chad would be in second place, so 40 points on the board. Joel's in third place, which puts his total at 390. So if both Chad and Adam bomb out of this next round, like at this point, we don't have to consider how close or far we were. So anyways, let's get into this. Adam, what is the profession of the male protagonist of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties? Is he A, a plumber, or B, unemployed?
I'm going to say he's a plumber, even though I feel like he's actually unemployed.
Unfortunately, he is unemployed.
I had a feeling he was unemployed. I had a feeling.
And with that, we return once again to Chad. This is literally your last possible question. So if you get this wrong, you are actually disqualified. And it turns into two-man race between Adam and Joel. What is the name of the restaurant that we all got lobster rolls from in Boston on the night of Friday, March 22nd, 2024? Was it A, Neptune Oyster, or B, the Barking Crab?
Barking Crab. Final answer.
Finally.
It is Barking Crab.
Yes.
I knew that you would probably get that one, so I saved that one until the end, which means that Chad wins the game with 410 points. I gotta say, as much as you were ahead very early on, Chad, that was a weirdly and excruciatingly close race for a while there. I didn't know who was going to actually cinch the crown, but in the end, you got it. Congratulations,
Thank
Chad,
you.
for winning
Feels
the
good.
first ever episode of RAF-stats. And that is that for tonight's Game on Game show.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Kozi, for putting that together. Thank you to all of you hosts with me, Adam and Joel and Kozi. Thank you for bringing this show to 400 somehow. Wild that we've done that. And thank you to all of you listening who all have homework and you need to continue to drive the show to exist, which means go to patreon.com/respawningfire and you can not vote anymore because voting's closed and we are playing Expedition 33. Clear Obscure Expedition 33 is our barf game for July and August. It's a 2-monther. Go do it.
Mm-hmm.
If you've already played it and you want to come talk about it, great. If you haven't played it, but then you play it and you want to come talk about it, great. If you play it and you want to write about it, you can do that too. Great. Write it in. So that'll be happening at the end-ish of August / beginning of September, whenever we talk about that game. Play that over the next 2 months. While you're there, you can also get exclusive access for the next, we'll call it a month, of After Dark 6, where we've already talked about the fact that I wear a cock cage because I'm scared of my wiener going down the bathtub drain.
Whoa.
By the way, that's not in the episode, but I want that now retroactively to be in the episode. But we do talk about IKEA food for a while and some other shit that I already forgot about again. So go listen to that. If you are not a patron, you now have access to After Dark 5, which is our monthly non-gaming related show. That's out right now on podcast services and YouTube, so go check that out. That's all the places Joel threw up. And
It wasn't me.
That's right.
I'll play Joe threw up.
Joe threw up. Joe threw up there. That's it. That's 400 episodes of Respawn Aim Fire. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Until next time, here's our usual sign-off.
What's